This is the Young Entrepreneur Project.
Hey guys, this is Kylan.
And this is Colton.
And this is the Young Entrepreneur Project.
Where are we on, episode 5 now?
Episode 5.
Man, time flies.
Man, and we got people that are tuning in from all around the world. We got messages, we got comments, we got inspiration.
Oh, man.
Today is the best day to be alive, nevertheless.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, actually.
Yeah, so, I know on Friday we said we were going to talk about network marketing today, and I blew that out of the water and changed the entire subject this morning. I saw somebody taking an affiliate marketing approach to a post on Instagram with no affiliation with the company, and I was floored, and I said, we need to talk about affiliate marketing. If you're going to post about some product on your social media and you're not going to get paid for it, you're using social media wrong, and I was floored.
Wow, that's a really good... Yeah, that's 100% the mindset, is if you're going to put something out there, you should at least be getting something
You would think.
in return. At least eventually, you should have the mindset that everything you're doing on social or on the internet should be for a purpose to make you money at some point.
Right. And you have to be building your personal brand nonstop. I don't understand this whole, I need to just put money into the air or put content out into the air with no intentions of seeing any kind of return.
Yeah.
So I went through affiliate marketing as kind of the subject, subcategorized monetizing Instagram, because I feel like Instagram is the most powerful right now with the Explore feature getting some traction and like really opening up people to each other.
Yeah.
And so monetizing Instagram is going to be our subcategory. And so I've listed out like a couple steps, and I want to get your feedback on steps that might be missing, and then just like plow through it. I mean, like step 1 in affiliate marketing or in monetizing your Instagram, in Instagram specifically today, guys, is identifying your niche. I feel like people don't know, or they don't realize that if your niche is taking selfies of yourself in yoga pants, then that is a niche. Like, there's a market for that, 100%.
There is.
I feel like that's overlooked, extremely overlooked in monetizing social media. I don't know, like when you think of your niche, do you think of stuff like that, or do you only think of a business kind of niche?
I think of a business niche. I mean, I came to the point where I realized, literally anything you want to do, you can do it as long as you're documenting it.
It's 100% true. I think that creation of content is almost dead, and it really is just the documenting of your life and whether or not somebody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Ever since the Kardashians, ever since Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it's for real changed the game on what people want to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like, what we were talking about earlier, where I said it's not even like about the idea, it's not what you're doing, it's about doing it first and doing it fast.
Wow, it's so true.
It doesn't matter who comes up with the idea, it's about who does it first and who does it the best.
Well, because we were talking about that earlier this
actually
week.
Does it, yeah.
It's all about execution, and timing is really not even an issue for most people, because you're not competing with anybody if you just get out there and do it, especially with millennials. Millennials just aren't executing in the way that they should be. And so yeah, there's no such thing as timing right now. It's just get it done.
I just want to talk about this because it's something it happened to me today. I was at my hourly, and this lady came in. She was a business owner, and she owned a door repair business. And I was talking to her, and she was telling me how she's having a Facebook page made for her business. And I said, "Oh, are you doing anything else with that? Are you doing any paid marketing on Facebook?" She's like, "No, we just had a company make us the Facebook page." Like, literally, she paid the company just to make the page. And I think that just blew my mind. I just want to bring that up because what did you think about that? Because that blew my mind. That was something I wanted to touch on.
Building a Facebook page is the easiest thing. Like, if you pay someone else to do that, you've given up on social media altogether. You don't understand the value of social media as soon as you say something like that.
And with that, to me, as you and me run a marketing firm, and we do marketing for businesses on Facebook primarily and Instagram secondary, is, wow, this lady was willing to pay someone just to build a Facebook page. The bare minimum. She paid money for someone to add a profile picture, cover letter, and add 140 character, give or take a few characters bio.
Oh my gosh!
So
I'm so shocked.
Yeah, you can do. I mean, so as long as you get what you're doing, obviously the situation was that she just didn't get social. She didn't get Facebook. She was like, okay, I need to pay someone to do this for me. The disconnect was that big. So as long as you know what you're doing and the other person doesn't matter what the niche or what it is, you can find a way to capitalize and leverage on it.
That's 100% true. I think, and I had a conversation with one of my mentors about this earlier this week. And really, the key to sales in our generation, we can't BS our way through sales like we used to be able to. The modern sales tactic is presentation of information. And really, a great salesman in this time period right now isn't someone who's good at romancing a customer. It's someone that is confident and knows their product better than the customer knows the product.
I 100% agree with that.
That's not how it used to be, but it's definitely how it's starting to play out in society. And it's more and more prevalent every day with technology, access to technology and increasing, and it's pretty incredible. But yeah, I can't believe somebody would pay that for a Facebook page to be built. That's the basics. That should be done before they ever even look into starting any online business. That's just crazy.
Absolutely.
Back into affiliate marketing and monetizing your Instagram, which is pretty crazy. If you guys are just tuning in, I know that the live feed is streaming right now. We're talking about monetizing Instagram and affiliate marketing based on some information that we had received earlier today through Instagram, and it kind of inspired us to leave network marketing and come into affiliate marketing for the subject today. We already talked about identifying your niche, and the next thing I wanted to debate with you a little bit was I want to debate if you think quality upload surpasses quantity upload, because I know a lot of people think that they need to go out and buy a brand new DSLR and take the most perfect pictures and then upload the pictures to Instagram, and I'm really a fan of quality uploads. I don't think that I should be uploading something that's not bringing value to my customer, but I know that you tend to try and post regularly. Well,
yeah,
quite
I've been
frequently.
trying to post hourly to buy hourly, and I think it really just, you need to find a hard mix of both.
Can we find something that looks good?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do the Italian or midnight Italian, or what is that pizza?
After midnight?
After midnight. There you go.
What size? The biggest? 60s?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry guys, we're getting dinner right now. It's been a long day. Wow, thank you.
Thank you. So this is
So yeah, I think it
live
really just
from
comes down-
The Rock Pizza.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not getting paid for this, and that was my number one frustration for the day. But shout out to The Rock Pizza.
So for me, it really just comes down to a hard mix of both. I think that obviously you don't need the DSLR camera, but you don't want to be taking pictures on a fucking flip phone. You want to have quality, but you don't need to focus so much on quality that your quantity is lost. I think you definitely need to be putting out a quantitative amount.
If you don't have a Galaxy S6 or an iPhone 6, then you're outdated on cell phone camera. Like, that is way too far back to be using your camera, because the quality is still necessary for growth. But at the same time, I do agree with you. I don't think that you need to have the highest quality photos on the market.
It just comes down to effort. Like focus on quantity, but put your effort into quantity. Not focus on quantity, put your effort into quality.
Do you think that there's like a correlation between original content and then, like copied content, or just like when people have been doing a lot of like blackouts with quotes and stuff? Do you think there's a lot of difference?
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate more than anything opening a profile and it's just the same re-uploaded shit on every entrepreneur profile, where it's like just the same inspiration quotes. There's nothing original. There's no pictures of you. It's just the same black screen, white quoted text that you've seen on every single one. Anyone listening to this should know what I'm talking about.
Everyone knows what they're talking about.
It's so saturated in that kind of content.
It's insane. So, and I've noticed that a lot, that it is a lot of just repeats, like across the board. But I think that when you're talking to your customer, I think it's important to note.
And I think that is a true testament of how many fucking people are not doing it and saying they are.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the quote-unquote entrepreneur lifestyle. That's
that's
not
the
the entrepreneur. Yeah,
Yep.
it is the wantrepreneur. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I've seen so many of those lately, and it's just kind of been hard to stomach. And I don't know if they realize or they don't realize that you have to present information that you would want to see, content you would want to see. And I don't know of anybody that wants to see blackout quote images or repeat content from a famous
Yeah, that's not the shit
accounts.
that gets me going. Like, reading the same quote every day isn't going to do anything for me. I want to
see
hear,
growth.
I want to feel it.
I want to see and I want to be presented growth of the product or person that I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a repeat of somebody else. I'm looking to see you and your growth, and that's when I start to trust you and your product. That's when I
Exactly.
see something happening.
Something genuine.
Genuine. It's
Genuine.
huge. That's a good word for it. Genuine. So, yeah, a hard quality quantity. But if you had to pick,
Another thing I want to touch on, these are things that are coming to my mind that I want to talk about in podcasts that I haven't had a chance to.
Yeah.
Is this person started a group chat with Kylan and I and like 3 other people the other day, and like the first message she sent was like a business pitch, and I said,
Yeah.
okay, tell us more about your pitch. And she came into a side conversation and messaged me directly her pitch, and I said, show us your pitch. If you aren't confident enough to pitch whatever it is you're selling to a group of 5 people, then you shouldn't be confident enough in your own product to pitch to one person.
right. All right, so
The
coming.
fact that I wasn't actually interested. I was just showing some form of interest to her to get more information.
Because
but
you
her
don't know,
going
yeah.
secretively around the group that she made to pitch it to me showed that she wasn't confident, and I felt like I needed to be concerned about whatever it was she was trying to get me involved in.
Right. All right, so everybody that's just tuning in, I know we just kind of got a new flood into the live audience, but I know on Friday we had mentioned network marketing was going to be the subject for today. Again, for those of you tuning in, we've changed the subject due to content we've seen on the internet today, and it was kind of an inspiration. We're talking about affiliate marketing and monetizing your Instagram. Specifically Instagram. We could get into other social medias, but that's for another podcast. It really is. But Instagram is so big, it could really take up a whole week worth of information.
So let's talk about routes of monetizing, because I know that's what people want to hear, is how can I actually make money off of my Instagram account?
Well, 100%. The reason that this podcast was sparked today, or the subject of this podcast was sparked today, is I saw a friend of mine, a very new friend that we've been friends for a few weeks on Instagram, and I saw a post that kind of got me rattled because I'd been talking to her about getting involved in marketing, and like she was really interested in the concept, and we were thinking about bringing her on to our team to mentor her to the success level she wants to see. But basically, she posted a picture of some makeup or something, and I could find the post and show you. But the point is, I saw this content, and it was a direct advertisement for a company, and she has a couple thousand followers on Instagram, and it was a very inadequate way of advertising for another company, and I don't think she realized that her voice and her opinion has a push towards those couple thousand followers that she has. And so I was really frustrated by seeing that, and I wanted to make it known that, hey, you should be out profiting off of that post. That post alone, should have been worth a couple $100.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. So to me, it was just immediately like, hey, I gotta get this information out there to the public and say, hey, they could have paid you X dollars on every sale, or they could have paid you X dollars for the post. The point is, that is worth money, and people don't realize that, and it needs to be presented to everybody that you can make money off of stuff like that.
Yeah, and I know that the biggest thing any customer service aspect of business or business in general will focus on is word of mouth, and free word of mouth, and anyone in business will tell you is the best word of mouth.
And don't let them get away with it.
Get away with it. Just
right?
don't.
Right? They're making money off of your free word, and when your free word is to the internet, the reach is endless, and it is possible to make money off of that. Yep. So you need to know that prior to making a post on Instagram. I think it's just like any decision you make, it should have a purpose. Like if you're making a decision just because, like whatever, you don't care where it goes, usually you don't end up in a good spot because of it. And I think everyone knows that, especially our viewers know that your decisions that you make are closely connected to the success rate that you're going to have. And I don't think that it's any different with social media. Every single post should have a purpose, and if you can't identify the purpose of the post, then I don't think that you should have made the post in the first place. And a lot of times you can put the purpose of the post in the text of the post, but the point is that you should be intentful in what you're posting.
Yeah.
So that's why I went into the quality over quantity. So before we move on from quality over quantity, I wanted you to pick, if you had to pick quality or quantity, and I'll pick quality.
Well,
any day of the week, I'll pick quality.
I'll pick quality as well.
Yeah.
Look at Judson Lately, the guy that does Evolution of Dance.
Yeah.
That dude has how many episodes of Evolution of Dance?
Not enough.
Over like the course of 15 years, he's put out like 5 of them.
Right.
And that's a quality video.
Right. Well.
So I think, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, for what it is.
For what it is.
He's not just making just an oversaturated channel of dance videos.
Right.
He's making one long, elaborate, quality dance video. And he's uploading it once every like 4 years.
Well, it's 100%
so that's
true.
what I'm saying. You got to have a hard mix of quality and quantity.
Right,
if you just
right.
up the quantity a little bit more.
So, I think that it's fair to both go for quality. Quantity has its time and its place. Definitely don't let quantity go, but quality is important. And probably more important, because you want to bring that value to the customer's life.
I think you want to get to the point where you can provide enough quantity content where it's impossible to miss your content on social media. Where like I should be able to open my social media account and scroll and see you at some point at any time during the day.
Right.
But it shouldn't just be like shit material.
Right. Which is something I'm working on, guys. If you're watching this live, you probably know that I've been kind of all over the place today. So.
Yeah, me too.
Investing in promotion is my next little sub-headline. And I think that there's a lot of different ways to invest in promotion to build your brand. What do you think about investing in giveaways? Do you think that that's that powerful, or do you think you have to have a pretty sufficient following prior to engaging your audience in a giveaway?
You know, from my experience in the past, I've had mixed results on giveaways. I think if the following's big enough, you can have a good result on giveaways. Otherwise, you're gonna have to look at paid reach.
Right, because I've been watching this Ty Lopez thing pulled out the last couple of weeks, where he's doing the hashtag pay it forward thing, and there's he's giving away $100 every hour, $2,000 a day or something crazy.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, and I don't know how legit it is. Honestly, Ty Lopez strikes me as a little shady.
Yep.
But I think that it definitely has increased his follower count and his active follower count at that.
I don't think that it's. I mean, all of his reach, I'd say, most of the views you see of Ty Lopez's videos are paid reach still. That's what he's known for. All of Ty Lopez's reach is paid reach. So that's what made him so big. Is overnight he just blew up on YouTube with those Lamborghini videos.
Right.
And just he knew he was the first in on social media paid marketing.
He was one of the first for sure.
Yep.
So what do you think would be a legit starting budget for paid reach? Because I know a lot of people think it's going to cost a fortune, and we know it doesn't cost a fortune. In fact, we've created a whole business off of why it doesn't cost a fortune. But why, in your opinion, what do you think a reasonable starting wage for paid reach would be?
$10 a day.
$10 a day?
Take $70 a week. $10 a day, and just start building it.
Yeah, it depends on the results that you're looking for. I agree.
Yeah, but just a starting point, just start building it at $5 to $10 a day. If you can afford that $70 to $35 a week, put it into ads, whether it's just you and your own brand, come up with something to market, sell, information, whatever you figure out what it is and just start doing it. Because organic reach is dead. And that's why I don't think a giveaway in itself is enough to get that ball rolling, but I think it can help in situations like paid reach, where you're mixing maybe a giveaway with paid reach, and you're doubling your return on paid reach because you have a giveaway involved with it.
Right. I know. In my experience, the paid reach is great in an e-commerce platform because you're paying to receive an initial investment, and a lot of people are only going to see. Because I believe that you should be building a brand regardless of whether you have a product to sell or not, because your brand can sell itself.
Yep.
But a lot of people are going to have a hard time with that because there's not going to be a return on investment for sometimes years. And I don't know how many people can keep dropping $70 to $100 a week every week for no return on investment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously my statement about that was made in the hopes of you having a goal for return on investment at mind.
Right. So it is important to have a goal.
Don't just pour money into a pit. If you're building a brand in a business, you have to have the goal of I want to profit in mind.
You have to have something to sell, 100%.
Yep.
If you don't have any affiliation with anything, or you're not selling a product, then you're probably going to get real grumped out real early because
Yep.
you're gonna want to give up because you're not seeing any return. But what's nice about social media is regardless of a financial return, you do at least see that return in the form of follower counts and activity on your profile, which might keep you alive a little bit longer, but only until for so long before you finally catch up with the financial side.
I agree.
Do you communicating within your niche? Do you think that that's that powerful? Because I've noticed that just being active in the specific hashtag niches that I post in has increased my activity level by tenfold.
I definitely think it is. I think each niche is a small community.
Right.
And you have to assume that how many people do you follow on Instagram, Twitter, whatever? Not one person in the field of niche that you like. So you have to assume that everyone else isn't going to follow just you and consume just your content. And so if they're going to follow the next big person under you, maybe you should reach out to them and say, you're watching us both anyway, let's do something big together.
Yeah, interact a lot.
Yeah,
that's kind of where we're at. We definitely do that through our social media.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of ties into one of these last points that I had talked about, but I'm going to bring it in together. So do you see a big difference? Because I know I don't interact with bot comments. If someone is auto-commenting on me or auto-liking my photos, I know that it's an immediate turn-off for me as a consumer. So how do you feel as a because obviously I know you've run bots in the past, and I've
played with some.
I've not run the bots in the past, but I feel like, did you get positive reach out of that, or did you just get like automated account follows out of it?
I mean, if I feel the exact same way. Like, I've played with bots in the past. I don't use them at all anymore. But when I do have a bot comment on my shit, it pisses me off.
Right.
It's like,
right.
okay.
It's usually the comments are relevant to the content, and it's just not.
It's relevant to the content, but it's not a quality.
Right.
It's quantity.
It's
versus
quantity over
quality.
quality.
Yeah. You're sacrificing your quality for quantity.
And I don't think
interactions.
I think you've sacrificed so much when you use a bot. You've sacrificed so much quality that you've lost any effect of quantity. Like, you won't make anything in quantity.
I mean, yeah. And so, like, when I used bots in the past, I didn't want to sacrifice that. I didn't want to be like that,
Right.
you know, asshole who was just, as soon as my picture's uploaded, I already have a comment. How'd that happen?
Right.
You know, so I wanted to provide quality in there. So what I was doing with my bot was auto-commenting on ways that I could help other people as a way of putting myself out there and saying, hey, obviously this is a bot comment. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to do for you and reach a mass amount of people as fast as I can, because it's very tedious to do daily just by hand. I understand that.
Right. And I have a full-time job, and
but you still got to put it out there and
Right.
just do it the right way. Like, I'm not saying bots are the wrong thing, but I can only see a bot comment that says nice, cool,
or that's awesome.
great,
Right?
so many times before I just want to chuck my phone at the wall. So
Yeah, the bot comment thing drives me insane, and I don't think that I think people have lost sight of how relevant it is, and it's not. It's gone. I know we have a couple questions in the comments, so Colton's going to read over that while I move on to the next subject. So we talked about communicating within your niche. Asking for a sale versus hinting for a sale. I know in any sales environment, I don't know if you ever work commission sales, you'll know that everyone wants you to ask for the sale, because hinting for the sale never closes the deal. But I think on social media, the hint is more powerful.
Oh, definitely.
I think when you say, hey, I just got this cool product, I think that's so much more powerful than saying, please buy this from me. Or
Yeah, because it takes away the salesman aspect.
Right.
You're still a salesman. You're still a marketer to the purest degree. But when someone's following on social media, they're not looking at you like as a salesperson. They're looking at you as a source for information, a source for trends, something to keep up on.
That's way true, because
This is really funny because like people complain so much, like this, like about whether it's like the government and politics and like the people that are running things, but they don't realize that the Facebook and Instagram accounts that you're following that are big, that you go for trends and information, those people are paid by the big name brands and businesses who also pay off your politics. It's all connected to the same thing.
It's all connected to the same thing.
You're all getting paid by the same person no matter what you're doing.
those banks
I just
and
wanna point that
the
out.
people with money, it just starts at the top, and the only way to really move past that is to be aware of it.
It just proves that the same entity or entities, the small handful, are going to be pushing the trend.
Well, they can buy
No
the
matter
attention.
what.
Yeah,
they
that's
know
regardless.
exactly.
Yeah, everyone has a price, so you can buy your attention anyway.
And I think that's why it's fun to look on Instagram and stuff for like the smaller niche,
Right.
who haven't done it yet, who are like you're gonna get the best content and the most genuine content from the people who are just about to make it.
Yeah,
The people who are like just right there, they're giving as much quality content as they can before it just hits into just a shitstorm of paid marketing.
yeah, that's so true. And I feel like the key to success is somehow trying to maintain that quality information, even though there's going to be a barrage of people trying to pay you for your opinion to change and all that kind of stuff. And
That's why I follow the inspirational accounts that I do, is because there's nothing else advertising on their pages other than themselves, and these are my thoughts of opinions.
Yep, I agree with that.
I've made
entirely.
my own money. I'm not controlled by anyone else.
So you think the hint for the sale is stronger?
Absolutely.
The hint for the sale is 100% stronger in social media only. Don't
Absolutely.
apply that anywhere else in your sales life, but on social media, the hint is more powerful.
Absolutely.
Because you want to appear like you genuinely support the product you're pushing. And I honestly think you shouldn't support a product that you don't genuinely support. I don't think you should be trying to sell something that you wouldn't buy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have to love what I'm selling.
Right. I just think if somebody's going to pay you anything, I've been offered apparel to sell on Instagram, and I don't think I would ever do it because I don't know the company, and if I don't see a potential or a vision for the company, it's not. And most of the companies that are apparel companies on the web anymore are garbage. I mean, everyone and their mother owns an apparel company of some kind,
Yeah.
and it's
But it's lots of situations like that can also be positive exposure for both parties.
Both
It's
parties.
a collaboration.
It is true. You have to really pick and choose your battles, and I know I'm not any way affiliated with apparel on Instagram as my brand. I do have apparel companies on the side where that might be a thing that we could work out.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't have any affiliation with them, and I don't think it would be smart for me to take money to branch outside my niche and try to target fashion when my target is obviously to help all of you entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, don't. So I said a few episodes ago, don't compromise yourself for what you're standing for.
Right.
For that first taste of money and cash, everyone gets that. They get thirsty. They get that blood in the water.
Right.
Don't compromise yourself or your business. Don't compromise what you believe in. You have to stick to the plan. Make a plan, stick to it.
So, in the subject of Instagram, we've been talking about affiliate marketing and monetizing Instagram specifically for those of you just joining in live. We've talked about a lot of different things, about quality uploads, about asking for sales, about communicating within your niche. Another big subject that I want to touch on is live versus stories versus plain posts. Do you see, like, I personally see a lot of interaction within my story, and I've really been trying to push my story more and more and kind of create creative story content so that people get excited about seeing another level of my story.
Yeah.
Do you think that do you think that the story is getting stronger than the post?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's more notifications for it. It's more stationary on the top of your feed. So rather than scrolling, it's going to be the first thing you see are those highlights of people who have So if you're actually you're one of the people that utilize their story every day and are actually using your story, it's gonna be seen by your followers, definitely.
I know you were talking about how you're posting hourly or bi-hourly on Instagram. That's kind of been your goal. And for me, I've been trying to post probably every 3 or 4 hours. Probably break the day up into quarters, and I like to post 3 or 4 times a day. Do you think that it would be more effective for you to post hourly within your story rather than within a post?
I've actually thought about this, and I've realized recently how much more effective the story is compared to the post.
Right.
And how so I have been wanting to transition to maybe hourly story posts and then quarterly major posts.
You know what I've noticed is you don't get fake views on your story
At all.
You don't get it at all.
It's genuine.
It's all genuine content, so you get a real idea of what people feel about your story.
Exactly.
Versus a lot of bot comments, likes, and etc. on posts.
Yep.
And so I feel like the story really is becoming more powerful. But what do you think about live? Do you think live is as big as they made it out to be?
I love live.
Our audience is 1. I love live.
I love live. I love using live. I love watching live. I like consuming live, and I also like putting content out live. It's fun.
It is.
It's right in the moment. It puts you right there. You feel like you're part of the action.
I feel like in this kind of environment with the podcast kind of thing going on, or anything in the realm of podcasting or talk shows, the interaction that you can have with a live audience is so powerful.
Because it's great because we're getting closer and closer to our phones, like with 360-degree cameras, and like being able to live stream of potential VR video.
Yeah.
And have the potential to like live stream and be able to put on your VR and be right there as it's happening. We're getting closer and closer every day to that. I can only see it getting bigger. If I could count how many car chases I've watched on Facebook Live in the last 6 months, you guys would be concerned. But it's just fun.
The live thing is so powerful, and like you said, the notifications, which by the way, if you guys watch this back, definitely turn on Colton and I's post notifications. You'll definitely see that as a plug.
At Kylan Laymans and at Colton Kelly _.
That was a plug, but that was a hard plug. But so the post notifications for live streams reach out to every one of your followers, and I feel like that's the most powerful. I mean, the whole idea behind marketing is that you get in front of your customer immediately, and by being able to literally send them a notification saying I'm about to advertise to you is so powerful.
Absolutely.
I think that live, if you can get a regular viewer base on live, you've basically created yourself a money making system. Definitely. So do you think live stories or posting? What's number 1? Put them in order.
Live stories posting in that order.
Live stories posting in that order. I think it's stories live posting right now.
Live your story and post it.
Okay. All right. So, end of the subject announcement. So, for those of you guys just tuning in, we're talking about affiliate marketing and monetizing Instagram. We've talked about identifying your niche and working within your niche. We talked about quality versus quantity. We talked about live stories and posting. The next thing up on the docket here is losing followers and how to overcome that. Because I know... Get more. Just that simple?
You fall behind, you gotta hustle harder to catch up.
Really?
You fall behind in a race, it just means you're not striding long enough. You gotta catch up.
Right.
If you're losing followers, it means you're not putting enough content out, you're not doing enough interacting. But you should always be on the incline. If you're going on the decline, the only time I've ever noticed my own personal account move on the decline is when I'm slacking.
Right, but I'm starting to wonder who really unfollows. Like, is
bots, people that are aiming for a follow unfollows. The people that are unfollowing aren't people that you need to be concerned about unfollowing.
Yeah.
So just don't even focus on it. Focus on growth.
So yeah, I mean, I know that it starts to get to people, like mentally, emotionally, it starts to tear you down that you're losing followers. Like, hey, I'm putting out all of this content. So let's put ourselves in that example. Let's say I'm
2 days
pushing
ago,
content.
I hit 24, and like the next morning I woke up and I was like at 97, 397. I was like, I just hit 2400 last night, and it's already back down. I'm at 2400 again. I started hustling again. I slacked.
Do you think that's all it is?
I think that's all
You know,
it
this
is.
last weekend, and I'm just gonna say this for anybody watching this back, was awful for Instagram. I don't know what it was. I don't know if the weather was nice everywhere in the world and
Except
people
for-
were outside.
yeah.
But yeah, it was. Instagram was awful this last weekend. But yeah, so do you don't get discouraged by unfollows?
No, not at all.
You don't see your follower count go down and feel a
No.
little discouraged.
No, if it's falling behind, it means because you're not moving at all.
So you're basically horse racing it.
Yeah.
You got to keep up with your horse.
You have to be constantly moving, constantly posting, constantly executing until you hit that tipping point. Yes, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, because I mean the internet is moving so much faster than you. If you aren't at least plugging, you're not gonna make it anyway. So
That's what I'm saying with the bot comments and the bot follows, and you'll open up those accounts and it'll be like the same oversaturated shit, and then you go, how does this account have 10,000 followers? And typically those are other bots.
Yeah,
from what I've noticed, because they're just putting out the same content. No one really gives a fuck. No one's gonna follow that.
No.
So you have to assume, well, I found the tide pool of bots in Instagram or the followers on those accounts.
Thank you.
Order 2 pieces.
2 please.
We're getting our pizza now. This is great. So,
Thank you.
do you follow and unfollow?
Yes.
Why?
Drives traffic.
I think it exposes your audience to new people.
Yeah, and it drives traffic to your page. It's all about how many, like, that's what I determined was how many people, how many notifications you can give people, how many notifications on phones can you get on. I mean, how many pictures can you like, how many posts can you comment on, how many follows can you get.
So if you follow, unfollow, that means you obviously mass like.
I unfollow people that don't follow me back. Those are the people I unfollow, yeah. Those are the only people that I unfollow.
I unfollow everybody. I'll be honest with you. I do mass follow unfollows, and I unfollow everyone except the people that I was already interested in following.
Yep.
My close friends and family, and maybe new people that I run into. But I definitely keep an eye on that because I think that just keeping that genuine platform is so important to the success of your Instagram.
Absolutely.
So if you follow unfollow, you do mass liking, right? So you like through hundreds of pictures.
I do less liking than I do following.
What about commenting?
I try to do more commenting than I do liking. I try to keep, like, if I like a picture, I'm going to try and comment on it.
I think that if you're genuine about your
See,
likes,
and that's the hardest part is because there is that time crunch aspect, and I only have so much time during the day. It takes so much more time to like and comment on photos, and if you're commenting on photos, you want to make sure that the account you're commenting on is actually a person,
right,
and not a bot. So, yeah, there's a different aspect to it there, but whereas with follow and follow, you're gonna reach the most. So I mean, if you're following a bot, they're not even gonna notice. They're not gonna follow you back.
right?
Whereas if you're interacting with a real person, it's mostly just about that whole content spree you have to go on. Is mostly just about finding the real people on Instagram because
Right.
it's so oversaturated. I feel like now with
I feel like
fake
responding to the stories of the people that you follow might be the most powerful thing. And I'm going to start doing this. I just came up with this. But stories are definitely the most real thing posted on Instagram right now.
I mean, yeah, wow.
So I
now
think-
that you had the epiphany, I totally did too.
I think I'm going to start reacting to people's stories rather than trying to react to their
and
posts.
commenting on their stories because I want to hear a comment about that more than I do a post.
Right, I want you to respond to my story more than I want you to respond to my post. 100%. So there's my epiphany of the day. I hope you guys take that and make something with it.
Yeah, agreed. I'm gonna start making something of it for sure.
So following, unfollowing, mass commenting, or mass liking, what do you think is more important?
All of them in its own. Figure out what works best for you. I don't really think there's an actual which one's more important, which one works better. I think,
Really?
yeah, I just have.
I think if you're going to only choose one to do, I think you should mass
follow and
comment.
follow. Really?
Yeah. I think interacting with your audience is so much more powerful than just trying to get in front of people.
See, because for me, I choose that follow and follow because if I'm gonna have to pick one, it should be to get in front of as many people as possible, and I'm not gonna put out, bad content.
I pick follow unfollow because that's what I do. Because I feel like it's so much easier than commenting on posts that are legitimate.
Exactly, but it takes the time effort out of it, because when you have to go through the commenting, which is why I do try to comment, I just don't do it in the same amount that I do follow and follow, because it's just not possible without looking like the fake person who copy and paste everything. If you want it to be genuine, it's going to take more time to write a comment out for each picture that you're looking at, each profile you're looking at.
Right. Okay, the last couple things that I have on the dock kind of tie together. So, perks of a business account where you can have insights and rolling out over the next course of the month, the story link option, so you can swipe up to get a link to a product, which is also the perk of being verified, whether or not you have a business account or not. But usually, if you're verified, you've converted to the point where you're profiting and you've converted into a business account. And then how to get verified. I'm sure people want to know more about how to get verified, and neither one of us are verified, but I've done a lot of research on it, and I think that I can give you an idea, but I can't speak from experience, so don't quote me on this. This is just what I've read and what I'm trying to do. But perks of a business account. How often do you look at your insights?
Daily, at the end of the day.
Daily?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
A shift. I like to look at peak hours. I like to look at when my followers are online the most, and I like to look at my fluctuations in my own comments on my pictures, my likes on my pictures, and my profile views, and I like to see how many people click on my email. That one, I like to see that one a lot. I like to see that change. Shoot me an email. I got my email in my bio.
There you go.
I like emails.
I feel like I look at my insights like hourly, but I feel like I look at it out of habit and not really for a purpose. But the content is in my mind, so then when I'm posting with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's really important to know your insights up to the minute, and especially with stories right now. I know we're big on stories all of a sudden, but I think story insights are massive, and I've really been trying to keep on top of how my stories are doing and what stories are doing better, what am I seeing more, what am I getting interactions on my stories with, that kind of content. But then, like I said, business accounts is rolling out that swipe up to link thing throughout the next month, and
that's for all business accounts,
that's
or
for
just verified accounts?
All business accounts.
Wow, that's going to be amazing.
I think the market might get saturated with it, though.
I think if there's any time that you should make a business account, it is now.
So
I hope it doesn't get saturated in it.
Explain what it is, so these people know what it is.
So when you're looking at an Instagram story, you might have seen this already, where like a lot of celebrities have just been swipe up on their story to view a specific link, and you can change it for each story post, so you can have multiple links in the same story, which is huge. It's just, oh my god.
It's basically the definition of your market, or your audience that is reacting to your posts and reading your stories. Your core active market, you can directly target them with an ad. It is
when you
so
put it that way,
powerful.
Yeah.
You don't have to filter through all the BS bots of Instagram to directly target them through their story.
You're going to get a notification. You know they're going to be a real person. You're going to click on your story. The only time you ever see a view on your story is when it's from a legitimate person, someone who follows you enough to when they get an information, they get a notification, they go, okay, let's see what you're doing.
Right?
I mean, wow. And as long as what you're doing is interesting, when they open that, you can sell anything.
Anything.
If you're skydiving, when they open up that live stream.
Wow, yeah. So I don't think you can do it on live stream. I think that's what bothers me.
Replay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can probably do it on the replay. Wow, that'd be incredible. Well, you guys will be seeing that on us by the end of July when that gets rolled out.
Oh yes.
We'll definitely have links to the Young Entrepreneur Project on iTunes all day long.
# swipe up coming soon.
Okay, last thing, but not least, I know we're running a little long tonight. Our pizza's already here, so we got to wrap this up. But how to get verified. Have you seen anything on this? Have you done any research on how to get verified?
I've done a little research on like Twitter in the past.
I know Twitter has an
Instagram.
application process.
Yeah, I know they do.
Instagram doesn't have an application process. It's just based
It
on...
just happens.
Right.
You just
So-
wake up verified one day.
I think that what I've read is that you want to create content that people would want to repeat. Basically, you want to be copied.
Like there was this kid on Vine. I can't remember who it was, but he got verified as a Vine uploader, and he got verified on Instagram. And I remember when it happened, like, what a huge deal it was that this kid on Vine got a verified account. Like, and everyone, it was just insane to me. And so it just proves that if you're making 7-second clips of just being a goofball in your bedroom, you can be verified on Instagram.
Right? Yeah, there's definitely some power behind the verification process, and I'm kind of excited to get into that, and I hope that my verification comes pretty soon. But yeah, until then, I don't think I have a lot of room to speak on it. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing for a little while, and if it ends up not working, I might switch it up, and then I'll be able to tell you guys more about how I got verified. But and I'm sure you'll do the same thing.
Absolutely.
If he comes first.
That's a goal for me. I want to be verified at some point.
So, anyway, this has been the Young Entrepreneur Project. This was monetizing your Instagram and affiliate marketing.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for coming along. This was episode 5, and it was great to find. We almost didn't do a show today. We were so close, but I'm really
Pulled it
glad
out
we
for
got
you
out. Thank you for the post and the support, and we will check in with you guys tomorrow for the first day of fireworks week.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Oh, these people have no idea what they're about to get into.
Guys, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Just stay tuned.
For the real entrepreneurs.
Stay tuned and don't stop staying tuned.
Alright guys, do something great today, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye!